Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud's Fortresscraft Frozen Factory. Now, I might have gotten a little bit ahead of myself with the geothermal generators and the amount of power I need for our magma bore over here. So we're going to start off today with something I'm horrible at, and that's a little bit of math. So if we look at our geothermal generators, they, with freeze on now, that's full power on my current power settings, which, as you see to the left, are plentiful. I don't know if you can do any better than that, but if I play through again, I probably will choose a better setting. So, from what I understand, the magma bore requires 100,000 power per second. So that gives us a minimum of 18.2 geothermal generators. So 19 just to be safe. So it's not 20, but it's definitely not the 10 that I said before. So with this one kind of feeding the other ones, this should be the 0.2. So we'll do another 18, I think. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are completed. I just fixed this one and this one. There's huge molybdenum veins underneath all of these. So it's a little bit of work when we get there, but it's about 750, and after that there's nothing. So it should be able to get to 1120. That one somehow managed to bypass it completely. This one I also just fixed. And then we've run into, of course, another issue. With more geothermal generators, we're going to need a lot more freeze-on. So I've already gone ahead and set up some power lines coming over this way. Got another compressor set up, because the compressors are actually kind of cheap. So instead of trying to fit as many particle filters as I can on one compressor, I'm going to get a couple more compressors going, get another gas storage unit going. From what I'm reading on the forums, it sounds to me like it's 50-50 going, where eventually the particulate compressor and all of those machines are eventually only supposed to have, you know, the 5 ports, the 4 on the sides and the 1 on the bottom. That's about half of what people think. The other half think that it's going to be the way it is forever, and we'll be able to plug as many machines as we want into them. I don't know. I'm kind of biased on it, because I didn't really know that you could plug that many things into it until very recently. So what I'm doing is, you see I've added one more filter, another compressor. I've got Arthur charging, good. I want to add a couple more particle filters before we go building any more geothermal generators. Because there's no sense in building all of these generators if we get halfway through what we need to do and then we don't have enough power and it starts over again because we run out of freeze on. Not sure if that's exactly what will happen, but I'm assuming that it's one of those things that, like the cryo spawner, if it requires 100,000 power per second, it's probably going to be for, you know, a certain amount of time. And it's probably going to be while it's drilling downwards. So it'll probably reset all the way at the top if you dip below 100,000. That's my guess. So we don't want to take the chance of running out of freeze-on, you know, before we're finished, and then just having to restart. That'd be a bummer. I think I will go this way with it this time. What's nice about having a huge network of pipes right here is I don't have to actually put the pipes on my bar anymore. I can just click anywhere. Oh, let's go up with it. Sure. Not there. I was wrong. One more. There. So for now, that's going to be my main focus. It's getting another tower of particle filters up. Maybe another 10 particle filters. And then we'll go back to building the geothermal generators. But my plan with the geothermal generators is I've got the space here for, you know, 3, probably 2 more. Maybe 3 more. Not sure yet. And that will give us 1, 2, 3, 4 more I can put directly down this lane here. And the ones in the back I can aim up. Or I can build the ones in front a little lower. Just go down like 2 stages when or 2 or 3 steps when I start building the whole thing. And I'll still be able to use the same system because this is already a little lower. This freeze-on mass storage, I can use the same freeze-on mass storage to feed this. Plenty of space to run it in between. In fact, I think that's the best way to do it. Just run this a little lower over the back one. And then I'm probably going to get rid of this little wall right here. Just get rid of all of this wall so I can add another set, as many geothermal generators as I need back here. And then I can probably squeeze in 3 or 4 in here to get us to how many we need. Again, I'm not sure how many I'm going to be able to squeeze in on the other side, so we'll get there later, though. So, to get me there faster, quicker, we need more chrome. We need more smelting, and we need more chromium ore. Now, I've already mentioned that there's a couple of these geothermal generators that aren't really doing anything. You've got this one here underneath, you know, all of this. Yeah, don't fall down there, that's how you die. There we go. The battery is really what I want to see. This one, excuse me, isn't really doing anything right now, but he will be. So we don't want to use this for anything, and we don't want to tap into these two too much, but between, you know, this main generator here and those two, our defenses are fine for now. We can turn off these 2 later when we go to take out the cryo spawner. But for now, I'm also going to tap into this one and this one. I needed to reset the pipes for these. For some reason, they had stopped at like 850, and I think that's where I had accidentally removed a pipe and it didn't rebuild it. But now that it's fixed, I'm going to tap into those as well. So we're going to have 4, maybe another one. I've cleared a lot of space down here, and I'm going to add some more blast furnaces. If we look at the mass storage right now for ore, it's usually always full, or there's, you know, an elevator on its way and it's going to be here in 2 seconds. But so far I've yet to see this mass storage where it cannot accompany all of these blast furnaces. And it's only 7,000 ore. That's not really a whole lot of ore when you think of how many blast furnaces we have going now. But with the amount of mass storage crates that we're going to need to build to expand over, I think we'll be fine. So I've already got the preliminary work done. Like I said, I need to build a couple more Mark IV power storages, and I need to conduit. I'm either going to conduit power down, or I'm going to use laser energy transmitters. I'm not sure yet. I'd like to kind of try to figure out exactly how much power one blast furnace requires per second. Sometimes the help menu's useful on that. Most of the time it's not. So I think if we just hit H on that, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't really tell you how much power it requires. Of course not. Well, I could always play around with it a little bit and experiment with it, but I'm assuming since 2 geothermals seem to be able to keep 3 sets of blast furnaces, okay, I think these other 3 will be able to get another 2 or 3 sets going. As far as the bars, I'm a little short on the bars, but I could probably fix that. Probably not too much on chromium. I'll have to disable this to get a couple chromium bars, but in the long run it'll help. Once I'm smelting more bars, chromium specifically. I need some more molybdenum bars as well. Oh, there's 100. That's nice. We'll combine collect those in a moment. Charge Arthur. There we go. Part 2, I would say, of this plan. Since I've already got room, or I've already got all of these, you know, other lifts and such going. Once I build these blast furnaces over here, if I notice we need more ore, I'm going to dig another couple cargo lifts, you know, a couple more blocks into this. I haven't finished digging all the way into this yet. I'll go a few more blocks in, and I'm going to dig some more cargo lifts, except what these cargo lifts are going to be very, very specific. There's going to be one every 5 or 6 blocks, and right now, their main target's going to be chromium, so I'm going to dig down until I find a good thing of chromium, and that's all it's going to work on. To try to speed up some of the things that we need. And you can always tell what you need the most, of course, by scanning this. Your mass storage controller. So we have 102,000 nickel. Yeah, we have way more nickel and molybdenum and copper and tin and gold. Yeah, all that is... that's a lot of nickel. And I got 85,000. I've already gone down there and shut off the molybdenum. I think I said I was going to do that at some point last episode or two. We turned off kind of a little ingenious way I have of doing it. It involves the least amount of stuff to clean up or replace, I guess would be a better word. As soon as I figure out where I am. There we go. All I did was remove the mass storage in-out port from the whole setup. I left everything else there. Because all you have to do is put the mass storage and output back, and it'll turn it right back on. I think that, personally, to me, is the easiest way to do it. Titanium is still off. I don't remember seeing how much titanium I had. Oh, I wish you could bring it up here. It's probably not much, though. And as far as nickel goes, we're about to shut that off. Same way. I'm going to take the controller out. We've got way too much nickel. If we need any titanium, I will put some titanium in there for a while. I've got a pretty good setup now to dump a huge amount of bars in there at once. And I've got almost 500,000 titanium in my inventory. Far more than I need. So that's just about it for my plans on my bad math to fix my bad math. There we go. So I'm going to dig out some more of this. We're going to get some blast furnaces and casting basins set up, and then I'll be back. And welcome back. So we have 3 blast furnaces. And the way I did it was kind of neat, actually, in my own personal opinion. And what I did is the first one attaches directly to the bottom. The other 2, they're on the sides. Okay. Now, as far as where I'm going to put the 4th one, I don't know. But all 3 of these can feed off of one battery. And, of course, we have the casting basin hooked up to the pipe that's hooked up to everything else. Now, if we take a look on up here, the one geothermal generator was not enough. The battery was empty and it wasn't quite doing it. So I hooked up the second geothermal generator, and the power's, I mean, it's doing okay. It's not rising, but it's not really falling. So I think the 2 geothermal generators for the 3 blast furnaces is actually pretty solid. So I'm thinking of just leaving it at that. Not adding a 4th one, because I don't even know where I would put it. I mean, I might try to put it like in front and finagle it away around like that. But no, I think I'm going to leave it like this for now. And if anyone has a reason for why I'm absolutely crazy for doing that, please let me know. But casting basins aren't that expensive. I'm not really short for space. And here's my idea. So this one is going to have a battery quite like this one. Right here. And with him on the floor like this, he should be able to conduit over. Well, if I do that, then this same setup's not going to work because, well, maybe it can conduit. Well, no, because that's, yeah. Well, no, that's not going to work. Can't go behind it. No reason why I can't go up. Up and over. How high can I actually connect? I can't connect the battery up here, so if I wanted to do it that way, I'll have to make a conduit up and over. That's what I'm gonna do, because I'm crazy. And I like having the thing set up there like I did. Get ourselves a couple of conduits for the master plan. Or the dumb plan, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. I gotta have something to fill in the time waiting for all of those chromed and machine blocks for the 20 geothermal generators you need just for the magma bore. Who thought of all these crazy requirements? Certainly not me. Oops, and of course I goofed that up. It needs to be right here. This is gonna kill me. Every time I come down into these things. Spared me that time. And then the same thing up here. Oh gosh, that is just waiting to kill me right there. That conduit. Bare conduit. There we go. I also need more of those. I'm always seeming to need more of these batteries.
Crafting.
This might look completely insane, but I guarantee you it'll be cool when it's done. Now the conduits will fire through the reinforced rock, which makes absolutely zero sense at all. So I can just leave that rock there as it is. Like so. I wonder if it'll be able to fire like this. Seems like beaming 2 conduits together like this should just make the whole world explode. Well, the whole Fortresscraft world. Anyway, so there we go. Crazily weird conduit system that I actually haven't finished yet. So before I say it's finished, I didn't finish it. Oops. Oh no, that's going to be hard to get without... Ah, I got it. Okay. I have to connect this one to this one, otherwise there's no sense in that. Here we go. Right. And of course, now that I've done that, these are empty, so now I'm already seeing that 2 isn't even enough for all 3 to work full time. Although it's got to be pretty close. If one of them's sitting that close to the top and the other one's just bouncing here and there, it doesn't stay out of power for very long. Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. And of course, I'm going to cover all of this up. I'm going to probably do all of that in between episodes. I'm also going to build 3 more these, you know, on this side. And, you know, maybe eventually we'll get to building more geothermal generators in this big area I've got right here empty out. But I'm not quite sure yet. I don't know if I want to get too into that. We definitely want to focus on getting the stuff for the magma bore finished before that. And again, like I said, I'll probably have a couple more particulate filters set up as well. Whichever one I get to first, I don't know. Depends on the materials that I have, because I believe I am out of materials nearly for these. Yep, I am almost out of molybdenum bars. My chromium bar idea for gathering them over here was a bad idea, because then they all just went up that way, and yeah, I'll just have to be more patient. And like I said, I'm probably going to dig another lift or 2 to try to get more chromium ore. Oh, there we go. Lots of molybdenum. I don't have to worry about that one now. Now I need more chromium, of course. I'll probably dig another lift or 2, get some more blast furnaces set up. So by next episode, we'll have a lot more production than we have now. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you next time.